Moonbeam will soon have its 1-year anniversary since launch. In the past months, they achieved many milestones, attracting many eyes on them. This makes us much more confident that they will survive this bear market, and maybe it will be one of these coins that will 100x in the next bull run. Let's start from the beginning to understand what this cryptocurrency is, what it has achieved, and what we might expect from the future. Moonbeam is a smart contract platform built on a Polkadot Networks parachain which launched at the beginning of 2022. It is Ethereum compatible, allowing to build decentralized applications with the same software development kit used on Ethereum. Developers from Ethereum don't have to learn a new programming language when moving to the Moonbeam network for lower fees and different networks exposure. Moonbeam's main goal is to be a multi-chain network fully interoperable with different blockchains. Thanks to Moonbeam, Ethereum developers are able to use their smart contract platform language and develop on Polkadot network, as they can also easily redeploy existing Ethereum smart contracts on Polkadot. And as the network grows, we will probably see always more projects migrating on the network. Polkadot is one of the most capitalized cryptocurrencies, and here they can take advantage of the lower fees of the network, as well as have a higher market exposure. Polkadot has been founded in 2016 by Dr. Gavin Wood, an Ethereum co-founder and chief technology officer, until late 2015. Polkadot's mainnet launched in April 2020, but their smart contract functionality didn't technically launch until late 2021. Polkadot's central blockchain, called Relay Chain, is in fact not smart contract compatible, but it has a second layer of smart contract compatible blockchains, which are called parachains that plug into the main blockchain. Polkadot has a maximum capability of 100 parachains that can connect to the main blockchain at a time. In order to connect to the main chain and win the parachain slot, projects must win auctions to see which ones are the most supported and promising projects on the network. Currently, there are 28 parachain that are working and expanding the network, while Moonbeam was the first fully functional with the highest community support. Essentially, how this works is simple. The largest amount of coins locked to fund a project wins. This is checked in a random moment, so the users must leave their funds there at all the times. Polkadot holders can support Parachain 2 by lending their native token. In exchange, they get the project's tokens at a discounted price, and after a period of time, they get their DOT back intact. The team behind Moonbeam is composed by a large group of developers, engineers, and entrepreneurs, and the CEO is Derek Yu, an experienced engineer. Derek also works on Moonriver, which is the project sister of Moonbeam, a sort of experimental version on the Kusama blockchain. Moonbeam and Moonriver have both been built by PureStake, a company focused on providing the highest quality infrastructure and services for public blockchain networks, with the main priorities being security, availability, and features. PureStake has been funded by Moonbeam Foundation, which is dedicated to promoting the development, growth, and adoption of Moonbeam and its ecosystem. What is very promising is that Moonbeam is backed up by important investors like Binance Labs, Bitcoin.com, Hashkey, and Coinbase Ventures. The ecosystem is rapidly expanding and hundreds of projects are getting built on top. However, the platform launched at the beginning of a bear market, and the price is suffering because of that, but we'll go through more details soon. In my opinion, Moonbeam is very promising, and these investors could be a very positive sign that they will keep developing and they will survive this bear market and have a positive outcome in the future. Moonbeam integrated many DeFi projects from Ethereum, for example Curve or SushiSwap, and not only, as we can see here, many projects have been integrated, including stablecoins, oracles, and much more. At the moment, 2 bridges are fully functional, which makes many blockchains connected, Axelar and Multichain. It is likely that the ecosystem will expand exponentially, and always more projects will come to Moonbeam, especially after big projects migrate. Smaller projects will follow because money follows money. The all-Moonbeam ecosystem is powered by their native token GLMR, and the fees on the network are also paid with their token. GLMR is a native governance token, and the on-chain governance will allow holders to propose and vote on the future of the project. Moonbeam blockchain works with a proof-of-stake mechanism, consuming low energy and maintaining high performance without being harmful to the environment. Compared to Ethereum, for example, staking on Moonbeam, it has a much lower amount needed and much higher returns. At the moment, the rewards are 20% per year. On Ethereum, you need a quite large sum of money to stake, which can be expensive and inconvenient for people with an average income. On Moonbeam, the minimum amount to stake is 50 tokens, and considering the current price is $0.47. At the moment, you would have to stake just $20, which is extremely low. It has a 5% annual inflation rate, which is to pay for ongoing security needs on the network. But it also has a sharp increase of supply this year because they are releasing tokens from the Genesis supply, which should end this year. It also has a deflationary aspect, as 80% of all the fees gets burned. The other 20% goes to the network's treasury for future development. If you want to stake, you can stake on different centralized exchanges or platforms, but if you want to stake on their platform, you will have to use MetaMask, which you can download the browser extension if you don't have it already. After you do that and you have your tokens ready to be staked, you can go on the Moonbeam application and select a collator to whom you have to delegate your funds to start earning rewards. Important to keep in mind, in order to earn rewards, you must be in the top 300 collators delegators. Otherwise, you will not earn any rewards. As you can see, every collator has 350 delegators, and the last 50 do not earn anything. Lastly, there is no minimum time lock, and you are free to unstake and sell your tokens at any time. The more the ecosystem will expand and be adopted, the more the demand for their token will increase, and the more token will be burned from the generated fees, which is extremely important as it will positively impact the price. Moonbeam doesn't have a maximum supply. At the moment, around 424 million tokens are already in circulation, 18% compared to a few months ago, since we last covered it because of the Genesis supply released mentioned above. Considering it's inflationary, if you hold their token, it would be good practice to stake it to maximize your investment, even if it will have a good performance in the coming years. The total amount staked is around 20% of the total circulating supply, which increased by 42% in the past 3 months, as it was only 14% if you saw our last video. Moonbeam has the same functionality and utility as Ethereum, but it is not limited in one ecosystem. It is going to be always more interoperable. So as the ecosystem will grow, people will buy the token to use it to pay for the smart contract execution. The price performance in the short term, it obviously depends on the overall crypto market, as we are in a bear market, but I do believe we are in a great range to accumulate this token, and I think it will have a great performance in the future. Remember that the initial DEX offerings entered at around 25 cents, so if we ever go lower, at this prices, we will have huge buy volumes, but we are likely very close to the bear market bottom. Its market capitalization, it is just $200 million, and in my opinion it can reach few billions in the next couple of years. Looking at the roadmap, it is only up to date until launch in January. However, they never stop their progress and development, even if we are in a bear market. In May, they enabled cross-consensus messaging between parachain on the Polkadot network, allowing full interoperability between Polkadot's parachains. Moonbeam announced that they enabled cross-chain connection with a Colin network and Moonbeam, allowing users to actively use their tokens on the network for decentralized finance and other applications. In the coming months, they further expanded their cross-chain connection with Parallel Finance, Interlay, Astar, and many others. In June, Moonbeam natively integrated Chainlink Price feeds as an Oracle solution on the platform, allowing developers to leverage Chainlink's industry-leading Oracle network on Moonbeam to help them build DeFi applications using high-quality, decentralized data, all without leaving the Polkadot ecosystem. Few weeks ago, they also integrated the Tether stablecoin to allow users to interact with it on the Moonbeam network as Polkadot native stablecoin. In the near future, we can expect always more connections to be enabled, which will expand the Moonbeam market exposure. Moonbeam has the potential to bring the masses into cryptocurrency because it is entirely based around Web3. Web3 is creating a decentralized internet that allows you to use cryptocurrencies to pay for services online. Moonbeam's main goal is to connect all the blockchains and make everything much more accessible and easy to use. A lot of blockchains are extremely well designed and functional inside their ecosystem, but most of them fail on interacting outside their ecosystem. For example, to invest in Ethereum-based assets, you have to use Ethereum only. If you want to invest in Binance assets, you have to use Binance Smart Chain only, and so on. Moonbeam will allow unlimited reach for developers with decentralized applications running on multiple chains, therefore giving unlimited revenue opportunity. This project has a high potential of growth once more, and more applications will be built on top in different fields like DeFi, gaming, metaverses, decentralized social media, and much more. Considering we are in a bear market, we can't predict when the exact lowest point will be, but we can strategically keep buying at this levels, follow closely the developments, and be ready to take profits in the future. Moonbeam is the first fully functional Polkadot's parachain that has just launched in January. However, the network's development never stopped even if we are in a bear market period. It takes some time for the ecosystem to expand. But what is important is that the development never stops during bear markets for the network and token to prosper in the future. Hundreds of projects are building and launching on the blockchain, and holders are exponentially increasing, as in the past 3 months since we last covered it, they increased by 60% to reach over 430,000 holders. In my opinion, it is extremely undervalued, and it has a bright time ahead once Bitcoin starts going up again and the whole crypto market turns bullish. I think it plays a major role in the blockchain ecosystem. The future must be interoperable, and they will likely be a leading blockchain in the future. If you want to keep track of the developments, you can check their news and announcements section directly on the website. You can subscribe to the newsletter, or you can follow their official Twitter page, which has 280,000 followers, and it has grown by 4 to 5% in the past year. Here the community interacts daily, and they are very active. Lastly, you can join Telegram, Discord, or subscribe to their YouTube channel, where you will find many developments updates, as well as very simple to understand tutorials. Let me know if you are bullish or not on this project, and if you hold their token.